Did you know that psychological and emotional abuse are intentional acts that inflict mental pain, fear, and or distress on an elder? Emotional abuse can take on many forms. Did you know that elder financial abuse is the illegal, unauthorized, or improper use of an older individual's resources? Nursing home staff, family, or even strangers can all commit elder financial abuse. Our focus today on Did You Know? Elder abuse. Did you know made possible compliments of the good folks of Quartz Dominica Limited.
The nation station, DBS Radio, says thank you to you and to everyone for choosing the
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: the Director of Public Prosecutions, Surma Dairampal, says there are serious consequences for those charged under the Dominica's Riot Act. The news from the region: Barbados' Prime Minister concerned with the rising cost of property insurance. And on the international scene, prisons in France have been hit by waves of overnight attacks. Well, good morning. I'm Garvin Richards with the DBS Major Morning News. The details right after this.
Give babies the comfort they need with paddless diapers. A diaper with a powerful storage core that locks the wetness away and keep your baby dry. Soothe your baby's skin with a breathable cotton-like cover because Paddler's Diapers has a wetness indicator. Your precious baby deserves a diaper like Paddler's, which has an easy fit due to flexible side panels with stretch that ensures increased comfort and freedom to move, to crawl, to walk, to run and play. Paddlers, distributed by Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back. First up in the news this morning, the Director of Public Prosecutions, Surma Dairampal, says there are serious consequences for those charged under Dominica's Riot Act. Her statement comes as 25 people have been arrested on charge for the March 19th action on Victoria Street near the Fort Young Hotel.
In Dominica, Jamaica, Antigua, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts, Nevis, and several other Caribbean countries, riot is an offense. On the 19th day of March 2025, investigations into riotous conduct by the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force started. I first wish to draw your attention to that, contrary to various social media posts and opinion of members of the public, the law of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as it stands, makes provisions for individuals who engage in riotous behavior to be charged, and upon conviction to be sentenced up to 5 years imprisonment. Again, as I emphasize, this is why the offense is considered a serious offense. It is an indictable offense. Our sentence is somewhat lenient as compared to the British. Yes, as of present, in Great Britain, this is considered an offense also, riot. But in Great Britain, the sentence is 10 years imprisonment, and you can also be fined or both. So you could be fined and confined. The law also makes unlawful assemblies an offense. These offenses are found in the Riot Act, Chapter 1002 of the Commonwealth of Dominica. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is charged with enforcing the law. Upon the individuals being charged, prosecution by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution ensues.
And that's the Director of Public Prosecutions, Shoma Dairample. In some more news this morning, a St. Joseph man has been remanded into custody at Stock Farm Prison on a charge of murder. Ronaldo Luke reports.
58-year-old Gibbs John appeared before Magistrate Michael Loda, charged with the murder of 70-year-old Obed Cuball Nicholas of St. Joseph. The complaint states that between April 8th and April 10th, 2025, at St. Joseph, John unlawfully killed Nicholas. Police earlier reported that on April 10th, the lifeless body of the 70-year-old was found at his dwelling, allegedly beaten. During his court appearance, John, who is represented by attorney-at-law Wayne Norday, was not required to enter a plea as the matter is an indictable offense, expected to be tried at the High Court. After the charge was read, the presiding magistrate informed the accused that due to the nature of the offense, the Magistrate Code of Procedure prevents a magistrate from entertaining a bail application. As a result, John was remanded into custody at the Dominica State Prison. The matter was adjourned to August 12, 2025 for the preliminary inquiry to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to commit the case to the High Court for trial. According to the police, investigation into the matter are ongoing and 2 other individuals remain in custody assisting with the investigation. Ronaldo Luke reporting for DBS News.
In other news from the court, a Wesley man residing in Fonkole has been remanded into custody at the state prison on a charge of attempted murder.
Shad Jerome Francois appeared before the Roseau Magistrate Court on Monday, charged with attempted murder of Credell Joseph of Fonkole. The incident allegedly occurred on April 9, 2025 at Fonkole. Unrepresented at his court appearance, the accused was not required to enter a plea as the matter is an indictable offense, expected to be tried at the High Court. Police prosecutor Inspector Simon Edwards informed the court that the prosecution had no objection to bail, but requested that a proper surety be presented on behalf of the accused. Francois, who was unable to provide a surety to secure his release, was subsequently remanded into custody at the Dominica State Prison until such time. The matter was adjourned to the 1st of August 2025 for the preliminary inquiry to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to commit the case to the High Court for trial. Ronaldo Luke reporting for DBS News.
In some more news this morning, a student from the St. Luke's Primary School, Ades John Baptist, was named the top reader of the final competition in round 1 of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition at Soufriere Primary School yesterday. A coordinator of the competition, Kashina Joseph, presented the results yesterday.
At number 5, from the Mont Prospect Primary School, Aliyah Paquette. At number 4, from the Newtown Primary School, Jadon Telemac. Number 3, from the Grand Bay Primary School, Jerlon Gregoire. At number 2, from our host school, the Soufriere Primary School, Michael Gregoire. And topping competition 6 in round 1 of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition. From the St. Luke's Primary School, Ades John Baptist. These are our 5 top readers here today who will move on to round number 2. Round number 2 gets underway on April 29th in Roseau at the St. Alphonsus Parish Hall.
Coordinator of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition, Kashina Joseph. Minister for Health, Kasani Laville, has told nurses that they must be willing to accept the changes which will come with the Health Management Information System. The $8 million system will see the digitization of every aspect of the health sector in Dominica upon its implementation.
The Health Management Information System is on its way, and that is something that will truly transform the way that care is delivered in Dominica, and you will benefit, because it is high time that we remove these repetitive, mundane tasks, administrative tasks of entering someone's name over and over and stamping over and over and copying and so on, and have digital systems take care of that, so a nurse can really, in fact, be a nurse. A nurse can then be patient-centered and patient-focused, so we can have improved care outcomes. And this is what we're doing to facilitate that type of transformation. And I ask of you, I beg of you to accept that change. It is in your interest, it is in the interest of the people of Dominica that we have this type of transformation in our sector.
That was Minister for Health, Kasani Laville. He says the government of Dominica remains committed to creating a better working environment for nurses.
We continue to recognize the challenges that you will face, and we do the necessary to ensure that despite the challenges, despite the limitations that we have, we do our best to create an environment that your dreams can be realized here in Dominica. We must also define our own dream and to see your profession as one where you can in fact realize and attain your dream. This is the opportunities that we have to continue to create, and I am committed to helping you do that. In a short time period, in 2 years, we've seen quite a few things. Salary increases, yes, it could be more, 6 to 12, 13% is positive. The nursing restructuring, which is underway, which is positive. You will soon see this passing of the nursing bill. We'll continue to protect your profession, regulate your profession, and ensure that it's a profession that is given its due respect in society.
Minister for Health, Kasani Laville. A former OAS representative in Dominica, Paul Brown, will be laid to rest at Mount Daniel on the 26th of April. The late Paul Brown, who was the husband of prominent broadcaster the late Sherman Green Brown, died in the United States less than a year after his wife passed away. Well, Kyle Brown is the son of the late Paul Brown.
He passed on March 20th in the States in Jacksonville. I'm very thankful for the fact that I was able to leave Dominica and be with him at the hospital before he passed. It's a hard time for the family, especially since it's so close to my mother passing. We are handling it fine and very well, actually. But it's just not an easy road for us right now. Best to be remembered is the man at the OAS office, or to some of his friends, Farmer Brown. Because even though my father was a diplomat, my father was a farmer at heart. That's literally what he went to school for, to learn how to grow crops properly. That's literally what he used to do. So his body will arrive in Dominica on Wednesday the 26th, I believe at 11:30 a.m. He's coming in from St. Lucia via the ferry. The body will be taken by Lyndhurst. We plan to have the funeral service on April the 26th, and we're gonna keep it open. So anybody that wants to come, they'll be able to, and we will be having a burial at Mount Daniel, in the mausoleum that my mother is buried in, and that will also be open to the public as well. My father was a man that wouldn't want people to be too down at his passing. Just know that he's with he's Sherman, and he's at peace.
And that was Kyle Brown, the son of the late Paul Brown. Well, let's head into news from the region this morning as Barbados Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley says rising insurance costs are making it harder for businesses to survive and prepare for climate change. She says this is a big problem, especially for tourism business. Speaking at a recent meeting in Barbados, Ms. Motley said she had talked with small hotel owners about the high cost of insurance. These businesses need money to upgrade their buildings and stay competitive, but the high insurance costs are causing losses, and that makes it hard to get loans or new investment. She explained that this is a serious risk for Barbados, saying that if a business or country can't get insurance, then it also becomes hard to get investors. She said that this issue has been a concern since 2019. And on the international scene, well, several prisons in France have been hit by a wave of attacks overnight. Officials in France say that the prisons had faced intimidation attempts ranging from vehicle burning to automatic weapon fire. Vehicles were set on fire in several prison car parks, while a prison in Toulon was targeted by gunshots from an automatic weapon. In total, 6 prisons have been targeted. The prison guard union, FO Justice, expresses deepest concern and anger towards the extremely serious attacks overnight, and the union has called for urgent government action to protect prison staff. Well, that's the news. Let's recap the headlines. Director of Public Prosecutions, Sherma Dirampel, says there are serious consequences for those charged under Dominica's Riot Act. Barbados' Prime Minister concerned with the high rising cost of property insurance, and prisons in France hit by wave of overnight attacks. That's the news. Stay tuned for sports.
Not only does it make your white the cleanest and brightest, the benefits of using Clean and White bleach are endless. The sterilizing property of Clean and White bleach is beneficial for several household purposes. Clean and White bleach has the ability to remove mold and mildew from hard surfaces, serve as a disinfectant for household items like your kitchen and bathroom area, and even your baby's toys. Clean and White bleach is available in various sizes at Fine Food. Call 617-6342 or order on Click and Collect your Clean and White bleach today. Clean and White bleach available at Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Well, welcome to the Morning Sports Report. Let's begin with news that Dominica's Kings Battle will be on show this morning as Commonwealth Games Dominica stages the Kings Battle Relay. The Kings Battle Relay forms part of traditions for the start of the Commonwealth Games. The 2026 Commonwealth Games will be held in Glasgow, Scotland, where the relay will feature a number of sporting associations as they help carry the battle from the Dominica Olympic Committee headquarters through the streets of Roseau this morning. The activities are scheduled to get underway at 10 o'clock. In some more athletics news, President of the Dominica Athletics Association, Brendan Williams, is confident of a good showing from the Carifta Games team. His comments at the official unveiling of the Carifta Games team yesterday. 9 athletes will represent Dominica at the Games, which will be held in Trinidad this weekend. The athletes are Karel Etienne, who will compete in the sprint events, Addison James in discus and javelin, Jaden Joseph and Jeriah Lewis in long jump, and Godisha Joseph in the discus. Dominica will also be represented for the first time by a 4x400 meter relay mixed team of Akisha Luke, Sean Vidal, Chris Tusse, and Dahlia Geese. Williams says that he has high hopes for the team.
The team represents the hopes and dreams of a nation, and we are confident that they will compete with the same heart and dignity that has characterized our athletes for decades. Ladies and gentlemen, as these athletes prepare to take their talents to the regional stage, we do so with great hope. Hope that they will rise to the occasion, hope that they will achieve personal best, and hope that they will inspire the next wave of youth in Dominica to believe in their potential. And also hope, regardless of medals won, they will return stronger, more disciplined individuals, ambassadors of not only sport, but of Dominica excellence. Athletes, as you wear the colors and raise the flag, remember who you are. You are the best of us, determined, proud, and capable. Compete with grace, uphold the values of sportsmanship, and leave everything on the track. I'm aware that there were a number of developmental myths leading up to this Carifta event. And be mindful that your selection and representation of Dominica at Carifta 2025 is yet another opportunity provided by the Athletics Association and the government of Dominica. And this, just being part of this Carifta team is a great accomplishment. You know, you have excelled through difficult times, and you have been rewarded with the opportunity to carry your country's flag with honor and dignity. You must carry yourself in a particular way as a representative of your country. There will be people looking up to you, including athletes, both in Dominica and across the region. There will also be people who will criticize you, and sometimes you will feel that they are being too hard on you. Most times, if someone criticizes you, they basically try their best to get the best out of you. So as athletes, we have to get into the habit of accepting positive criticism and taking it well, and taking it with humility.
And that's Minister of State in the Ministry of Sports, Senator Oscar George. Well, the athletes also receive financial support from the government, the Central Cooperative Credit Union, the Grand Bay Credit Union, and the Dominica Olympic Committee. We'll bring you some more details on the Carifta Games team as we continue with their coverage ahead of the Carifta Games. Well, the curtains will come down on the 2025 National Bank of Dominica Sports Division's Primary Schools Football Competition this afternoon as the finals get underway at Windsor Park. 3 champions will be crowned this afternoon. The first finals will get underway at 1 o'clock this afternoon with the finals in the Boys Development Division. The Dubla Collier Primary Schools combined will battle the Mon John Primary School. Meantime, at 2 o'clock in the girls' finals, St. John's Primary School will play the Christian Union Primary School. And in the boys' Division 1 finals at 3 o'clock this afternoon is the Grand Bay Primary School taking on the Baroness Patricia Scotland Thibault Penville Primary School combined. Let's bring you some cricket news this morning as the Windward Islands under-15 team will clash with the Leeward Islands as the Cricket West Indies under-15 50 overs competition gets underway this morning in Antigua. Well, the Windward Islands team, they're being captained by Dominica's Joshua and Joseph, and there are a total of 5 Dominicans on the Windward's under-15 team. They are Javian Benjamin, Kaylan Christmas, Dylan John, and Derwin Lewis. Other matches today will feature Trinidad and Tobago taking on Guyana, and Jamaica will play Barbados. The captain of the national under-19 cricket team, Stefan Pascal, is hoping that he can carry his good run of form into the West Indies under-19 cricket tournament. Well, Pascal emerged the leading run scorer in the Windward Islands tournament with 317 runs at an average of 79. He says he entered the tournament with a mindset to do well following a disappointing first-class season.
53 deliveries.
Wants to be dropped, but
15 for 2.
Heading into this tournament, I knew that I had to dominate to show that it's not really, I mean, I wouldn't say warranted, but to show that I'm still in and around the team and in and around the franchise. I felt that things didn't go my way throughout the 40 season, and it was just some tactical tweaks that needed to be made. Some changes in terms of my approach to batting, my approach to constructing an inning. I felt I just did that in this tournament. I batted. I wouldn't say I batted where in a sense where I was just trying to bully the bowling. I mean, it might seem like that if you really watch the stats. My strike rate was the highest, but I still felt that I took balls. I played, I defended, I left when I had to,
and that was captain of the national under-19 cricket team, Stefan Pascal. The Northeast Comprehensive School girls got a big win over the Dominica State College as the secondary school's sports division's girls basketball competition continued yesterday. Sports officer Udi John has more.
It was under-20 girls basketball championship. The Northeast Comprehensive School defeated the Dominica State College 51-46 at the Massac Indoor facility. For the Northeast Comprehensive School, Sanaya Lifam had a game-high 31 points, and she was supported by Janet Phillip with 8 points and Daniqua Harriet with 7, while Nayabel Paquette, she top scored for the Dominica State College with 29 points, and she was supported by Aquila Daisy with 8 points. The competition continues tomorrow when the Dominica State College boys face off with the high-scoring Mishak Dubuli and the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School. That game takes place at the Massac Indoor facility from 3 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday.
And that's Sports Officer Udi John. Let's go back to cricket news as the West Indies women's hopes of qualifying for the ICC Women's World Cup took a major blow yesterday as the ladies crashed to a heavy defeat against Pakistan in their World Cup qualifiers. Pakistan batted first and were restricted to 191 allowed. Hayley Matthews picked up 2 for 30, Karishma Ramarak 2 for 55, and Afi Fletcher 2 for 39. The West Indies chasing 192 to win the match. They lost the informed Hayley Matthews with the very first ball of the innings, and they never got going. They were bowled out for 126. Aliyah Aline top scored with 22, and we had Fatina Sana getting 3 for 16 for Pakistan. Well, Pakistan won the game by 65 runs. The West Indies women's captain, Hayley Matthews.
I think we did a really good job in the first innings to restrict them the way we did. I think conditions suited a lot of our bowlers and we were able to utilize it very well. But yeah, I think we let ourselves down with the bat. Obviously not getting enough runs and probably not being as disciplined as we would want to be with the bat.
Yeah, batting seems to have been a problem throughout this tournament. Has it been conditions or is there something else in terms of that batting?
Yeah, I think it's probably a bit of both. I think kudos goes to Pakistan and the way they bowl today, but like I said, I think we still let ourselves down and no, we could have 100% done a lot better. I don't think it was the conditions that beat us, and like I said, just the discipline with the bats and shot selection.
West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews. Well, the West Indies' next match will be against Bangladesh on Thursday. Pakistan, they're leading the points table with 6 points. Bangladesh has 4 points, Scotland 4 points, and the West Indies 2 points. Ireland and Thailand are yet to get off the mark. The top 2 teams will advance to the World Cup. And defending women's champions in the KFC National Volleyball League, the Acers were among the winning teams as that competition continued on the weekend. Acers took down the Marigot-based Sunrise team in 4 sets, winning 25-20, 25-18, 23-25, and 25-23. In other matches from the women's division, Club 1 secured a straight set win over Zebians, winning 25-9, 25-10, and 25-16. And Celtics, they picked up a straight sets win over the Breakers, winning 25-17, 25-15, and 25-14. And in the men's division, well, the Celtics, they got past the Breakers in 4 sets. As a matter of fact, the Celtics dropped the opening set, but rallied back to win the next 3 sets, taking that game at 21-25, 25-23, 25-20, and 25-20. Well, that's a look at the DBS Morning Sports Report. More sporting highlights for you during the course of the day. Of course, you can look out for 1:28 when we have the 13:15 news. Until then, I'm Gavin Richards saying good morning.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services. Now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS. "7:34 is the time here on Your Nature Isle, made possible compliments Do It Center. Are you getting ready for Easter? Then hop on over and grab all your essentials at Do It Center Express today. Coming up shortly, we bring you your morning's weather report. Just before we do so, would like to remind you of your Kalinago word of the day for today, and that's Tatarakatoni. Tatarakatoni, and that's a sprain in Kalinago.